Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. My name is Marina, and I'm happy to be here today with you to talk to you about the User Experience Design Certificate Program that we offer through the School of Continuing Studies at York University. And that's me on the screen, and I'm a program manager, and the certificate in UX is one of the programs in my portfolio. And so today, I am going to talk to you about UX, about the program, about recent growth in UX jobs, why choose York University, who our target audience is, how we've structured the program, who our instructors are, and of course, at the end, I'll talk about registration, fees, and all that kind of stuff. Now, this slide here, I wanted to showcase, this is our brand new building that's going to be built in a few years. It should be done. It's currently being constructed as we speak at the corner of Pond Road and Ian McDonald Boulevard. That is on the main campus of York University. So we kind of wanted to show off our exciting new building and also tell you a little bit more about York University and about the School of Continuing Studies. York University is the second largest university in Ontario, and we are the third largest in Canada. We are known for academic excellence. So what that means is that almost 100% of our professors have the highest educational qualification in their field. Our accomplished alumni span the globe, are making an impact in their fields and really redefining leadership. We also have a very rich research history. We also have an expertise in pedagogy, online learning, and instructional design. Now, in terms of the School of Continuing Studies, as I mentioned, this is going to be our brand new building, but we are located on the Keele campus, which is conveniently located, which is close to all the highways and accessible by TTC, of course, and all other transit systems. But because of the pandemic, all of us are working from home, which I'm sure a lot of you are as well. And so we have not been holding classes on campus, but eventually we are really looking forward to moving into this beautiful building and holding some of our courses and classes on campus as well. So the School of Continuing Studies, we provide meaningful continuing ed opportunities which combine guided instruction with practical application. So all of our programs, of course, are guided by an instructor who is an expert in their field, but are highly, highly practical and experiential in nature. They're also designed to develop the well-rounded professionals that employers value with the deep discipline-based knowledge and the broad skills that are required to be effective within a multidisciplinary team. So, having said all that, with a variety of options to suit your learning style and schedule, adding a recognized respected credential, such as a York University professional certificate, has really not been more convenient. So moving on to the next slide. These are just some of the other programs that we offer in the school, and I just wanted to let all of you know that we are serving now almost 3,000 students through continuing professional education certificates. We also draw students in our language. We have a English language program that draws students from over 50 countries from all around the world. And the school has earned international attention for its innovative approach to continuing ed and English academic preparation program design. So these are just some of the other programs that we offer through the school, like cybersecurity. We have a big data program, risk management, dispute resolution, IT audit, of course, our user experience design program, human resources, accounting, business, public relations, digital marketing, and we have many more. We even have a machine learning program, etc. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about our programs, you can go to our website. You can see all the other programs that we offer. Now, moving on to this slide. Now, in all of our programs, our goal as program managers, as program developers, and just as a school in general, our goal is to produce graduates who can write, speak, negotiate, problem solve, and make ethical decisions and think critically. Now, we ensure that our graduates, when they graduate, they become T-shaped professionals and that they will have the top of the T skills, which are the cross-functional skills to succeed in their career, as well as the bottom of the T, which are, in this case, UX technical skills that they will learn in the program. Now, the 5 cross-functional skills that you see here on the screen arose from a program advisory council meeting that we held when we first developed the program. And this program advisory council is made up of senior level executives that are in this sector. And the 5 cross-functional skills that they identified that were the most important, and the ones as managers that were actually responsible for recruiting, they found, these were the ones where there were gaps in the hiring, in the talent that they were attracting to positions that they had in their organization. The first one is logic and problem solving. The second is primary research. Then the third, active listening, strategic thinking, and emotional and social intelligence. So what we've done is we've taken these top 5 cross-functional skills and we've interwoven them into the program. So students will be deliberately practicing. So the instructors will teach them how to do this, and then students will actually practice how to do this and actually hone in on these skills that are critical in this field. So what is user experience design? There's lots of different definitions, but it is the process of enhancing user satisfaction with a product by improving the usability, accessibility, and desirability provided with the interaction with that actual product. It is the practice of designing products where the main focus of the design is placed on the user experience. Now, having said all that, our program covers all the core areas for career success in UX design. Students will be given knowledge and expertise to build a portfolio of work that effectively applies UX best practices and processes to meet business needs across multiple industries and product types. Students will be able to evaluate and utilize relevant methodologies such as design thinking, participatory design, and the Moscow methodology. Students will be able to demonstrate best practices in visual design and system design. They will formulate user personas. Students will explain how different systems function and determine their appropriate usage. And then they will demonstrate, of course, all these critical cross-functional skills that I mentioned in the earlier slide. Now, what is the market demand right now for user experience designers? Now, employment in the area of UX is expected to remain strong because more organizations are making digital transformation and they need to offer a seamless multi-channel experience. This is very, very important for organizations. So the demand for user experience is just remaining strong. It's on a trajectory, just increasing for sure. According to a survey by Adobe of 500 managers and department heads that were working in UX design, 87% of the managers said that hiring more UX designers is their top priority for their organization. And that's even higher than graphic designers and product managers. And it's actually tied with software engineers for top spot. 73% of managers said that they plan to double the number of UX designers in their organization in the next 5 years. So this is a really good time for all of you to be thinking about pursuing a certificate in UX design. Market research indicates also that between 2015 and 2019, just to give you an idea of how job postings in UX design have increased, they have increased over that time period by over 40%. So that's pretty significant. And again, I mentioned earlier that lots of managers are hiring more UX designers and they're just really making it a top priority. So it definitely is a very, very good time for you to be thinking about exploring or completing a certificate in UX design. So in terms of what is the York difference and why choose York University to take your UX design program? The very first thing that makes us unique is that we're cohort based. So that means that you will start and finish the entire program with the same group of people. We have accelerated learning, so you can complete the program in 8 months from start to finish. We have integrated real-world projects into the program and into the curriculum. We have very experienced practitioners that are teaching in the program. And in fact, they are all practitioners full-time and are teaching part-time. So the fact that they can actually bring all of those incredible experiences that they're experiencing in the workforce to the classroom and to talk to students about those and how they were able to overcome challenges and celebrate successes as well is very, very critical. The program is very flexible. It's part-time blended, and what that means that students can still have a full-time job and participate in the asynchronous part of the course. And then there is a synchronous part of the course that normally would be done in class on the York campus, but because of COVID-19, we do have live online sessions using Zoom. Now, other unique aspects of the certificate is that we've included, as I mentioned, all of those top of the T soft skills. into the program, and we weave them through. Again, the blended offering helps you meet your work-life balance needs. And again, I wanted to stress that the real-time, real projects with employers are integrated into the program, specifically in the fourth course, which I'll talk a little bit more about, where graduates will be working on a project for a real employer. And lastly, the networking opportunities that students can have we have a very strong advisory council that oversees the overall oversight of this program. And we have included many guest speakers that have been integrated into each of the courses and have come in to talk about their experiences. In course number 4, for example, our instructor is very well connected in the US, and so he's included guest speakers from Uber, for example, from the headquarters of Uber, to come in and speak to the students. So it's a really exciting. Now, who should take our program? The User Experience Design program is a great career option for people from a variety of industries. So it's ideal for anyone who works in a creative field, like graphic or web design or web development, people in strategic client-facing roles, people that work with, that are either product or project managers, strategists, consultants are also a good fit. So in terms of the creative professionals, primarily graphic designers, they're already working. See, graphic designers are already working in a digital marketing setting or currently working in print, who really want to get into a UX role, which they perceive as more strategic. Product managers, these are product managers for digital products who want to better understand UX to help with their job as a product manager. Strategists and consultants, which are client facing, they work in management consulting roles normally. They help clients with digital transformation, and they're looking for professional development to better understand the UX process so that they can better help their clients, and also conduct needs assessments and leverage internal resources for project delivery. And lastly, web developers working on front end or full stack. These people are working on development teams that work closely with a UX team, and their motivation might be that they need professional development to understand the whole UX process better so that they can do their job better. And then we have a group of people who do not fit this and have always been interested in UX, UI, and have no background at all. And they would also be great candidates for this program because the program is very comprehensive. It's very holistic. It'll take you from the beginning to the very end, and it'll teach you everything in between that you need to know. So technically, you don't really need to have this kind of experience in order to take this program. So I wanted to actually get an idea of how many, do any of you fit in any of these categories, just to get an idea of who I'm speaking to today. So I'm going to launch a quick poll, and if you could kindly answer the question in the poll, that would be great. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm just going to share my screen to show you what the results of that poll are. And you know what? I'm glad I just mentioned that that it's not necessarily for the people that you see here on the screen, that it's actually for other people as well that are not graphic designers or not part of any creative field, that really anyone that is interested in this type of, in learning UX and UI and wants to become a designer, is making a career shift, for example, all of these people would be great candidates for this program. So moving on with the presentation. So we know that finding time for continuing education is not easy, especially if you're working full time. So we're trying to make it easier by offering a program that works around your commitments. Again, the program is 8 months long. It's part-time. It's taken mostly online. Students will be responsible they won't need to come to campus whatsoever because of COVID, but there are 8 in the fall. There's 8 Sundays in total that students would be required to be live online. And we use Zoom. Zoom is the platform for York University that we use here. And this innovative model, it really combines the benefit of, having asynchronous time with intensive live online time as well. So this will reduce your time, of course, to coming to campus, but it'll still support your learning and peer collaboration. Moving on to the next slide. These are the 4 courses that are in the program. We start off with the fundamentals of UX. And in this course, students will learn the tools, practices, and disciplines that are involved in the practice and theory of UX design. Now, UX design is the theory and practice of designing an emergent experience by carefully selecting and synchronizing intersecting points between a human experiencer and a technological system. So the instructor will give you an overview of the wide range of disciplines involved in the theory and practice of UX design, and you'll learn how to explain their interactions, and then you'll gain foundational knowledge, which is required to successfully complete the remaining 3 practical courses in the program. The second course is UX Design Research. Here, students learn how to conduct, synthesize, and share qualitative research with a design or a product team. They tackle the differences between quantitative and qualitative research. They cover a variety of common research methods that are used within agency environments. Students will work on hands-on writing research plans. They will develop discussion guides. They will conduct user interviews. They will learn how to synthesize the findings so that they can develop themes and a strategic direction that emerge from the data, and practice sharing these findings in a written and oral format. The third course is visual design, wireframing, and prototyping. And in this course, the instructor will provide an understanding of the full spectrum of creating various wireframe fidelities, mocks, and designing validating artifacts. He uses a collaborative approach, and students will practice how to translate ideas and preliminary concepts into meaningful user interfaces, which support business goals and user needs. The instructor will teach fundamental principles and theories, and students will gain hands-on experience with industry standards for visual design, interactive design, and usability testing methodologies. And then lastly, the applied UX design course, where students will be working, they will be working on design processes and techniques, which will be put into practice through various applied projects. Now, in this course, there is a final presentation will be made. This is where the actual portfolio of work comes in. Students will be working on a project for a real life employer. A final presentation will be made representing a high level of professional finish, which includes drawings, marketing materials, sketch models, and finished solutions for a real industry partner. And in fact, we actually invite the industry partner to attend the last class in the applied UX design course. So the students are actually presenting their work to the industry partner. So as you can imagine, based on just my presentation and what I've been discussing today, our program is very experiential. We've built it purposely in this way. It's very experiential. We've integrated lots of hands-on learning into the program. It allows our students to bring their work experience to life. Our students will be put in the 4th course, for example, just to add on to what I was talking about in the last slide. In the 4th course, students will be put into small groups. They work on an industry project with a real employer. This equips them with work-ready skills, of course. The project is real, of course, facilitated by the instructor who interviews potential employers to ensure that the projects are a good fit for our program and for our students. And then after shortlisting them, he interviews the potential employers. The instructor then assigns groups to work on the various projects. And how do we do all this? Well, we collaborate with a company called Ripen. Ripen helps students connect and engage with employers through authentic project-based experiences. Therefore, be prepared for this to be the major assessment in the 4th course. And of course, this is critical because then students will have a portfolio to show a prospective employer. Now, moving on to Instructor Expertise. The first course is taught by Carmen, and he's a designer, researcher, teacher. He's got lots of experience in this field. He's established the design practice at a small company based in Markham called Orbit Group, and he teaches also at other educational institutions. The second course is taught by Alicia. She is a senior designer at Shopify, and she teaches the research course and has lots of experience as well. The third course is Philippe, and he teaches the visual design, wireframing, and prototyping. He is currently a product designer at Index Exchange, and he is also teaching at York University in our design program as well. and has lots of experience. And then lastly is Rahim, and he's an award-winning designer. He's teaching the 4th course. He's the liaison with all of the employers that the students will be working on with their portfolio. He has lots of connections in the United States, and like I mentioned, he brought in people from Uber, for example, to do a presentation to our students in the 4th course in the last cohort that we offered. And again, he's got lots of design experience and lots of teaching experience as well. So moving on to registration and next offerings. You can enroll online at continue.yorku.ca. Then you can go directly to the certificate if you do /certificate/UX design. But then if you go to the certificates, you can find UX design very easily. Enrollment is now open. The cost for the entire program is $43.96. That includes all 4 courses, and the cost of books are extra. Now, there is not a huge amount of money that you have to spend on books, because a lot of the resources that we're going to be providing the students are actually available on the internet. So in the 1st course, there is 1 book that has to be purchased, but not much more than that. So the cost of books is not too onerous. The next offerings, we have a September start. It starts on Monday, September the 21st. Actually, on the Sunday, the first day is Sunday, September 20th. That would be the very first day of class. That would be the first live online. Each course actually is built so that it's what we call a bookend approach. So the very first class on the Sunday is live online. Then students go online for another 7 weeks, and then they meet at the very end on a Sunday again live online. And that's exactly the same in all 4 courses. We have a winter program also that's starting in January. And if you want to go to our website, you can find all the schedules. They're all available. I have another poll because I wanted to find out how many of you are actually interested in registering for the fall. And so I'm going to launch the poll to see if you intend to register or if you don't intend to register. Well, that's excellent. It looks like most of the people that are on this call are interested in registering for the fall, which is great. And we are definitely happy that you're going to be joining our program. That's excellent. So moving on to the next slide. This is the contact information for the School of Continuing Studies. We do have a Continuing Studies advisor that is available to speak to you about if you have any questions. You can reach him either via email, which is probably the fastest right now because we're all working remotely, continue@yorku.ca. Just ask for Mike and he will be able to answer all your UX questions. You could always call the main number as well. We do have people that are answering the phone, 736-5616, 416 area code. And then moving on to the next slide, that takes me to the end of my formal presentation. I would be very, very happy to answer any questions. We do have a question already I see in the answer box about dates and time frame for the courses. If you go to continue.yorku.ca, our entire schedule is on our website so that you could see when the program starts, all of the live in-class sessions you have to attend, and so forth. So all the information is definitely on our website. Do we have any other questions? Great question. I've got someone who is currently in university and seeking and interested in stepping into the UX program. Absolutely, 100%. If you can manage both, if you can manage studying, in your undergrad at whatever university you're currently attending, and taking this, yeah, absolutely, you can do both for sure. How many cohorts in UX design have you had so far? We have been running this program for 2 years now. And every term we offer it 3 times a year. We offer it in the fall, again in the winter, and then again in the summer. Can I work full time with enrollment in this program? Yes, absolutely. The program was actually built for people like you, for people that are working professionals. So you have no obligation. The only time that you actually have to be live is on the Sunday classes, and those are live online. You don't even have to come to campus. So absolutely, it would not conflict with a full-time job. The rest of the program is asynchronous. Will the entire 8-month program be online, or will we have to go back to class suddenly at some point? Very good question. No. So if you start online, you will complete the program online. So now the university has mandated that all programs be online for fall and winter. So anyone who starts in the fall or anyone who starts in the winter, it will definitely be completely online. But we don't know what's happening for May 2021. Will students be taught how to use various software like Adobe, Figma? Yes, absolutely. That is covered completely in course number 3. And from what I understand, for software, the instructor currently, he has been using various programs, but a lot of his students are using Figma now in his class because it's actually free, so there's no cost to it. And in terms of computers, he's a strong advocate for Mac, either if Figma is available on PC too, it's an industry standard. What is the Sunday's live session time commitment? It's a full day. It's usually like a 9 to 5, 9 to 4 kind of thing. Yes, if you're currently a UX designer, but you don't have like a formal certificate and you want to increase your knowledge, this would be a perfect program for you. And yes, of course, you can apply for 2021. Registration on our website is actually open for fall and for winter of 2021. Questionable PC or Mac? According to the instructor, he's a strong advocate of Mac. But PC, like if you have a PC, it can work as well. And so that's just really the third course. The instructor is actually a strong advocate of Mac, either if Figma is available on PC too, and that is an industry standard, he says. So what happens if one day I cannot make it to an online class? That's also a very good question. It causes a serious problem. Like unless you've had a medical, an extenuating circumstance, you really need to be at the online class. You're missing a full day of content. So when you register for this program, you really need to look at all of the class dates and all of the requirements. I'm going to have to be available for these 8 Sundays for this whole entire program, and just make sure that you're available. Do what you can to be available. Okay? All right. Okay, I think we could probably wrap up. I hope that this information webinar was helpful. I hope that it helped you make the decision to register for in our program. We're very, very happy to have you, and I hope you also have a great long weekend. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.